Shaq, I would like you to do the honors if you would. Would you announce? And you can put your mic down.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'll use my mic to let you make the announcement.
The key MVP belongs to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well done.
Wow.
Thank you very much. And so,
well deserved.
Yes,
Absolutely.
SGA. At the age of 26, his first MVP award. He's finished 5th in the voting. He has finished 2nd in the voting last year, and this year, he's the MVP.
Wow, it's beautiful, man. I think, you know, when you look at it, he's been trending this direction since he came into the league. We played him in the playoffs when he was with the Clippers in 19, and you knew he'd be special. To reach this point, it's all the work that go in, and he does it.
And he is ready to talk to us just moments after the announcement was made. And SGA, Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Charles and Kenny and Draymond Green. And we congratulate you, number one. Nice going, very happy for you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, fellas.
So who was with you when you got the news?
My teammates behind me, my family, my wife, my son, my brother, my close ones. Yeah, the group of people that helped me get here.
Look, you've finished 5th before, you finished 2nd last year. How much did you actually think about it when it came down and everybody's talking about, well, it's 1-2 with you and the Joker? How much did you allow yourself to think about the possibility of being the MVP?
Yeah, you try so hard throughout the season to like not think about it and just worry about playing basketball and getting better and trying to win games. But as a competitor and as a kid dreaming about the game, it's always in the back of your mind. And I'm very thankful to be this side of the ballot. But none of it's possible without the guys behind me. The amount of games we won and the fashion that we won the games is so impressive, and it's probably the main reason why I get the award. So without them, it's not possible.
Shai, Shaq here. I took a lot of flack last year for saying you should have won it last year, and I felt you got robbed last year. So being that I said that, did you have some animosity towards the voters last year and say, you know what, I'm going to show the world that I'm the greatest player in the NBA?
To be honest with you, I use it as motivation. There's voters every year. That will never change. And last year, all it meant was that more people thought I shouldn't have won than should have won. And this year, I wanted to change the narrative and have it flipped. And I think I did a good job of that, and that's why I get the award.
Shai, Draymond, congratulations. Just wanted to ask you,
Appreciate it.
A couple years ago, you've been there since 2019 trade. You came there from the Clippers. And a couple years ago, it started to seem that you had turned that corner and was becoming a 28-30 a night guy. And the team was still kind of coming along. And there started to be a little chatter on like, man, is it time for Shai to force his way out of there, force himself to a situation where he could compete for a championship level? Never heard an inkling to come from you. You embraced it the entire time. Just talk to me about that journey of drafting guys, growing with guys, and then you kind of being the old head there and showing your guys the way to go and finally getting to this point.
Yeah, I always like to focus on the things that I can control. I think that's how I got to this point. So all the chit chatter and what's going on in the league, I have no control over. So I just try to keep my head down, work super hard, and the guys around me do the same thing. And it made it easy to grow, easy to get to this point because of that. And I think that mentality is gonna help us keep growing in the future.
You know, firstly, congratulations, Shai. Great award. You know, we got 2 guys who've actually won the award up here with Shaquille and Charles, and then myself and Draymond have been teammates for guys who've won that award. And as a teammate, you know, we always felt that we were part of that. As you see your guys behind you, you know, in this journey, when you look back, there's probably 2 or 3 guys that you go, man, they've seen the best and they've seen the worst. And even, it's funny because Shai, when Akeem Olajuwon won the award, he made us take the award and hold it for him. And so, who are those guys that have seen you at your best and your worst that has gone through this journey? Some of the guys are new and some of the guys have been there for a longer time.
Yeah, to start, I'm gonna have to say Lou. Like, Lou Lou was with me my first year in OKC, so the last 6 years. He was on the team when we were winning 10 games a season, to 25 games, to 40, to now 68, 70. He's seen the best version of me, the worst version of me, the pissed off version of me, the happy version of me. We've been through thick and thin in the NBA, and to have him on the journey has been special.
And the last thing, look, we've seen a million post-game interviews with you guys this year, and it's never been this sedate. It's never been this quiet. These guys are usually all over you. Is this the way it was when you heard the word, too?
Yeah, they're keeping it tamed right now, but we'll go up here in a few minutes.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, happy for you.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you guys.
Congratulations.
So, without further ado, I introduce to you your 2024-25 Kia NBA Most Valuable Player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay, I should have wrote something down. I would like to start this whole, I guess, speech with just thanking my teammates. Like, I can't say enough how much you guys mean to me, and not only as like a basketball player, but like as family. You guys, I know you guys know, like, we do everything together on and off the court. We go shopping, we eat. Like, you guys are really like my brothers, and I really mean that. And without you guys, none of this would be possible. And I want you guys to know, like, this award is your award too. So thank you guys so much. Then I would like to go to the organization from top to bottom, Clay, Sam, Coach, Donnie, to the equipment guys, to the weight room guys. You guys do an amazing job of allowing us as players to just enjoy basketball. And I don't think that gets enough credit. Like, we come in here, everything's laid out. All we have to do is play basketball and have fun and be kids. And I think that's why we've been able to grow the way we have. And thank you guys for that. And my people from back home. I have a crew in the summer. Mark, Devontae, Vince, Maurice, Sunday, the guys that I grew up with. They've worked tremendous hours with me in the summertime to help me get to this point, and without them, I would not be the player I am today. There's Nate Mitchell, who helps me in the summertimes, Nem in the summertimes. Without you guys and the rigorous training schedule and the dedication to my craft that you guys don't get to be a part of, I wouldn't be the player I am today as well. So thank you guys for that. I also would like to thank my brother, my twin, my best friend since I was 2 years old, since he came out the womb. Thank you for everything. My partner in crime through it all. My dad for putting the ball in my hands. My mother, if you guys, any of you guys know my mother, she's crazy. And I told her the other day that, like, I always thought she was insane until I had a child and I understood exactly what she was saying and exactly what she meant. And I love the person that she's turned me and my brother into, and she is a big part of that. And then the one and only Haley Summers. Thank you. Sorry, I'm so dramatic. Haley Summers, thank you for everything you are for me, for our son Aries. You were the first person to show me what love really meant. What love really meant, what sacrifice really meant. And I can't wait to spend the rest of this journey called life with you. So thank you for everything. I wouldn't be the man I am, I wouldn't be the player I am, I wouldn't be the father I am without you, but thank you for that. So thank you, everybody. Woo.
So we will have Shai, if you want to step back up, please. Yeah, I know it's a little tough to transition.
Oh, I'm cooked.
Good luck with the first question here, guys. So if you want to raise your hand, we'll bring the mic
Hold
to
on,
you.
one more thing. Sorry.
You got it.
I got caught up in crying and I forgot to mention my. Sorry, I got caught up in crying and forgot to mention my management crew. You guys have changed my life from the moment you stepped into it, and helped me really just go after what I want in life. And without you guys, like, the last couple of years is no fluke. Like, it's been as smooth as it is because of you guys, and thank you for that. So, all right, go ahead, Matt.
All right. Yeah.
By Dort.
So, Ian, you didn't like the Isaiah Joe, Nikola Jokic?
No, I thought that might be a bit of a mismatch. I know the NBA is evolving. Holmgren hits the pull-up J.
To knock down threes for them. They don't have a lot of guys that can shoot the ball on the perimeter.
Isaiah Joe can really shoot it. That's a three here in Denver. Class all the way. Holmgren throws it down out of the timeout. Too strong. (63-56). Thunder in front, just over 2 minutes gone by here in the third, and Holmgren goes back to back. Working around the perimeter, Gilgeous-Alexander with 9 to shoot. He's got Murray, his countryman, and he's got so many moves. Holmgren leans and scores.
Well, I'll tell you, other
Brown is there, that won't go. Tip-in attempt by Jokic is no good. Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, what a feed! The finish by Wallace and the...
They're going to look at themselves in the mirror.
Another block. Chet Holmgren, the long arm of the law. Oh, look out! That's a man's jam for Holmgren. End to end.
against Oklahoma City's defense.
Bounce it. Holmgren connects.
And on the other side, it seems like the
Holmgren battling for, and it's popped out to Shai. J-Dub trailing. Wants the mid-range shot, and he is reliable as anybody from 15 feet.
And once again, the defense is really helping out. The offense just finding in transition. You're not going to hold him down for very long. He's just too good of a shooter.
Same spot, different result this time as J-Dub splashes home the three.
That's one way to answer a three is with him.
Johnson off the catch. Battle for the rebound, and it pops out to Shai. He tries to attack, kicks out to a wide open shooter. There is Durant. And he drills it from deep.
That's a good look by SGA.
I don't know much about Riza Shai. Didn't quite get the same publicity that Victor Wembanyama did, despite coming from France. As well as Holmgren, he finally drills his first three of the year. Points in the first quarter. He's got that three. 6-point game. Shai. Dort, he'll let it fly. Dort's got himself a three. Bottom 5 of the defensive rating. As Holmgren, he will pull up off the nice lead from SGA. Good touch there from the big man.
It's a good two-man game also between them.
It's quick from Young. He's used to those double teams. Now he sees it again. As an open man, it's J-Dub, goes right around the hands and puts it down.
And how about that pass was perfect by SGA.
More balanced offense seen from Atlanta than years past. There is a swipe away by Caruso.
He's had 3 of those already.
Shai serves it up, and there's J-Dub.
Like a 19-year-old rookie.
Daniels again. Well extended out on the perimeter. Shai feeling the pressure. Open man, it's Holmgren. Catch fire three. That's good. SGA yet again. Daniels with the Thunder retain. Just cannot discount the defense though. A case in Wallace, 2 big plays. Force some turnovers. There's a sidestep three. Dort on the way. He buries it.
Really just a team check for you. You know, just can you put together the energy, the effort for one more night? As Jason Wallace lines up that 3-ball in that corner pocket.
Chris Paul, he's had 2 or 3 separate lengthy conversations already with Wembanyama, and we're just 3 minutes into the game.
Yeah, look, he can facilitate the game. That's a physical, tangible thing he can do for Victor Wembanyama. The psychological part is, I think, a big part of this as well. And that's where you see these conversations take place.
And then there were 2. Just the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, the only 2 undefeated teams left through 1 week of the NBA regular season. With Shai driving. Wallace on the step back from straight on. Nails another triple.
Actually created a more difficult
field goal. 1 minute to go in the first half. Gilgeous-Alexander working on him here. Wembanyama holding his own. Dort left open. Another 3. The 12th for Oklahoma City in the half.
So this has been one of his best runs he's had so far through their first 4 games.
Gilgeous-Alexander, another miss, just 2 for 11. No jab step. Give it up to Williams. He'll put it up and hit a 3. Jalen Williams with his first triple.
And right now, I just...
Early minutes here, the first quarter. J-Dub right down the lane, goes with the left hand, and Holmgren does a good job of laying off as that ball was stuck on the rim.
Cool off for both these teams. And it's just a matter of now you got hand-to-hand combat going on.
As J-Dub's been feeling it all night long as he dials up another 3.
His third quarter.
24 combined threes. Good anticipation. Caruso playing much taller. SGA spots up, passes up the 3. Inside it's Dort plus the foul.
And how about the
digits in what has been a very feisty third quarter. SGA trying to get baseline. Always has an outlet. Wiggins spots up off the catch, and he's got himself another triple. Boy, Wiggins
just saying it's my money and I want it now.
Wallace nearly had it taken away. SGA, 2 on the shot clock, double team, passes over to the corner. Wallace from 3, and he beats the buzzer.
I'm telling you, man, that shot is cold.
And the Thunder so far have gone plus 18. We can get the final shot here in the third quarter. Shai's got 30 in the game. Kamara, again the pressure. This time it's Jang trying to cap off the corner, and he does with another 3.
And I'm telling you, when you see a team dialed in.
Zubats. Oh, the good anticipation. Caruso that time got the best. SGA finds an open shooter. It's Joe. Once again, no hesitation, and the result is the same as he's got himself another 3.
And it's come on the defensive end.
Shot. He is so good with those touch shots. And the lead for the Clippers is 12. Nice cut. Caruso behind the defense. SGA found him in motion. Significant difference on the 2-timers. As Shai trying to keep him out of the lane. Cross-court pass over to J-Dub. 2 close in on him hard, and J-Dub just totally dismissing those 2 defenders. Possession third quarter. There's Holmgren going to step into the 3. The offensive rebound by Joe, who starts this third quarter with the starting unit. Came off the bench in the first half. Dort, he'll let it fly and hit from downtown. And the challenge did keep SGA off the free throw line. It's a 3-point game here in Los Angeles. Holmgren at the nail, pulls up and shows the stroke. Nice shot, Chet Holmgren.
Good job by him not trying to go all the way to the paint.
Points in this one. That's his first made basket. There is Lou Dort. Check that. We're looking at the wrong box score. We don't have an accurate box score up here.
So there's only 2 out there for right now.
All right, something we'll keep an eye on. Nice strip on the other end. SGA. Dort cherry picking, and he's still down there, and he'll throw it down.
Man, he thought he should have gotten some free throws on that drive to the basket.
Tomb corner dangerous.
Oh, the Thunder catch a break.
He dodged a bullet on that one. He is dead-eye in that corner.
J-Dub, his corner three splashes home, and the Thunder back on top, 76-74. The rim tapped out to Wallace. Boy, J-Dub almost traveled. See the Thunder trying to work their way through a shot. Wiggins wide open for three. That time he will connect from downtown.
Yeah, that's a big shot.
In between a bunch of road games for OKC. Led back out on the road tomorrow. But first, business here at Paycom Center. SGA with KCP on him. There is J-Dub, wasting no time. Right on Monk, and he drills the three for the opening shot of the game.
Shove in the back, right in front of the officials. How can you miss that? My goodness.
Holmgren pulls the trigger from deep, and there's another three for OKC.
Yeah, that's just a rhythm shot.
Holmgren right on that shot.
Man, let me tell you, he is so blessed with that size and that strength.
J-Dub right at the free throw line. There's a little flavor to that one-footed jumper.
You know, sometimes.
And that's an extra possession. As Shai surveys, drives, kicks. Someone's going to have to put it up. Shot clock at 2. Jones recognizes, goes inside, and still able to get it up over the outstretched arm as he's got a leg. He was part of that 2021 draft class.
He's got size on him, too.
And Caruso from the outside found the bottom of the cup.
Tough shooting night. Coach Dagnall told us Isaiah's confidence never wavers and his approach remains consistent no matter what.
All right, thank you, Paris. Did in front of his college coach, Eric Musselman, who was sitting courtside in LA. There is Aaron Wiggins right out of the top points.
But he's got 5 assists. How about 6 assists?
Oh, Caruso diving for it. There was a race. And he's able to flick it up to SGA. Caruso's been everywhere on the defensive end. Joe, step back, little mid-range shot. That's good. Over to contest.
Man, what a run by Kaysen to catch up to him.
Oh, Kaysen trying to lull the defense to sleep. He didn't go for the initial layup. Instead, steps back. They got the scouting report on him. All that early work. Shooters, you got to do the work early. Set yourself up for a shot. Wiggins setting himself up for the shot there. A little pump fake, another assist for SGA.
Head coach Jamal Mosley. And of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren were sensational as well on the offensive end.
And here we are back inside Ball Arena. Isaiah Joe, not Kaysen Wallace getting the start, and he's got the first shot of the game, that high arcing three. And Isaiah Joe has been shooting a confident basketball so far over the first 7. And get a little space to Westbrook on the outside, and Russell Westbrook cashes in that three. And the three-point shot has not been a big part of his game at all. That's just the 6th three made all year, as there is a response three on the other end for OKC. That time it's Dort cutting across the lane.
I like what the Thunder done in their last couple of possessions, just moving the ball quickly, not allowing the Nuggets to set up their defense. Those couple of threes in transition.
Oh, Jalen Williams rumbling down the lane. Takes a little contact. He's going to go to the line.
Just because the number of shots has grown for him, it doesn't change his approach. It's all about simply trying to be in the right places for his teammates and taking the right shots.
All right, thank you, Paris. Wiggins currently on the bench. There is Ousmane Dieng coming off the bench, much like he did on.
And he has to think with the basketball.
Oh, good anticipation. Dort stepped right in front of Jokic. How many times have we seen those turnovers? That time, Dort able to connect from downtown.
Yeah, excellent defense.
Joe, another offensive rebound. As Shai trying to create something. Holmgren, he gets one off the line. And he's got a three, and a big one for OKC, and some much-needed points.
A big shot by the second-year. Absolutely, and it doesn't matter if a guy's bigger than you, taller than you. What you really want to do is just go into his body and box out. Kind of like the, just the old school, teach him how to box out. Well, that's a nice play that time. SGA drawing the attention and then throwing the line.
He put it on a platter.
That's a massive number in a half of any kind in an NBA game to get 70 points.
Shai, kick out, Holmgren looking for another three, fires and hits from the outside.
I tell you, when he's knocking down that shot.
Out front, Shingo to get that ball inside. Isaiah Joe had the initial body on him. There's Joe on the cut. Can he hang in the air? Yes, he can. Finishes with the right hand. He had the denial on Shingo on the other end, preventing the entrance.
Until Eason touched it again. Those kind of plays have been happening consistently for the Thunder. Got this double team out front.
Oh, it leads to Caruso. SGA saw it coming from a mile away, even with the stunt. Brooks is upset. He doesn't like what he saw.
All you got to do is just put it in the basket. That's all you got to do. I like those kind of passes, man.
Had some zip on it.
It does. Yeah, you got to have a little pace on it.
SGA again going to work, trying to get around Anderson. Dumps it off to the rookie Mitchell. Mitchell spotted up just inside the block. That time SGA unselfish.
And look how many defenders he had hanging on him.
Knows how to use those angles. Dort. Pulls up, mid-range shot. Lou Dort. He's had some.
It's worked well in Golden State.
Mismatch here. Shai. Mitchell driving, turns the corner. That time, use the right hand. And now the double team on SGA. Willing passer, J-Dub across the lane. How about that scoop and score? It didn't look like there was much there. They immediately go to Zubac. There is Jalen Williams, got that hand in there. Knocked it free, forced the turnover on the break. Isaiah Joe is going to clean it up, finish it off.
We talked about that
percent from deep, that's a career low.
You know that's probably going to improve as he plays more games. But man, that's highly unusual for a three-point shooter like him.
Speaking of good three-point shooters, Aaron Wiggins, 46 was one save. As J-Dub kept it from going out of bounds on the baseline.
Derrick Jones Jr. had that loose change. That time Wiggins just took it from him. I mean, excuse me, J-Dub just poked it away from him.
There's Isaiah Joe.
Just giving you a cup of Joe early.
So SGA fires it over to Kenrich. Wide open. Kenrich Williams gets into the scoring department. That's got to feel good. Clippers had the 2-for-1 opportunity. Shai. This top Dort from the outside. Catch fire three. That's good. Harden looking for the foul. Didn't get it even though he hit the deck. Looked like J-Dub got the worst of it. He was rubbing his head on the way down. Dort again, late closeout. Look at that shot from the outside. Like the gateway arch.
7 feet tall.
Right, he said just throw it up there.
Just throw it up there. That's right, Brian.
SGA with the basketball in his hands. Dort lets it fly. He's got another one. 3 number 4 in the night for Dort. He's been doing it on both ends. The defense, and again it's J-Dub keeping Zubac off the glass.
Yeah, he had that inside position, knew he could get the rebound.
Shai maneuvering, nice pass underneath. There is Jalen Williams, flush it home.
And he was just so active, folks.
Shai keeping the ball in his hands. Pulls it back out. J-Dub had space and knocks it down from the outside.
And that's matching the three. His teammate's going to take the shot. He passes it literally over his head. It would have been a backcourt as well.
As Kenrich swings it over to SGA. Wants to get it right back. There he is on the block. Nice move. Always under control. Nice little touch there from the Pelicans roster who've been hurt. He started the season in San Antonio's training camp. Wiggins, no hesitation, and Aaron Wiggins continues to shoot the ball from three.
And that's why you never sometimes play the stats of a team. Look how they're playing right now in this first quarter.
Turnover by DC. Not used to handling the basketball. Up ahead, Ousmane Dieng cutting right through the lane. Nice find, SGA for the deuce.
Terrific defense that time. Contact at the end.
SGA, little stutter step, wide open, it's Wiggins. Reps the card from D.
Slowed down in that second quarter, just 21 points. And I asked Thunder assistant coach Eric Maynor what the key is to kickstarting this offense again in the second half. He told me early passes, kicking the ball ahead in transition and picking up the pace. But Thunder looking to play faster here in the second half, guys.
There's a quick bucket from D.
Coach Bud's teams always, he always gets those guys to play with great confidence, and so dangerous team, and then Booker at the top of the line is, as dangerous as anybody, as we've learned.
And those Thunder head coach Mark Dayton in tonight's OU Health Coach's Corner. Right off the bench, Aaron Williams. Got a little casual with the layup. Booker trying to get aggressive with SGA. With 2 minutes, Shai dumps it off. Dort off balance. Got a rake plus the foul. I got just 29 points. Shoot 22% from the field. As Shai kicks it out, Ousmane Dieng lines up, they're going to call it a deep 2. Dieng wide open. There's a tap over by Kenrich Williams. And Shai with 14 seconds left time. Oh, fires it inside. How about A.J. Mitchell? It's not a big man. It's the shortest guy on the floor. Chaz Kyrie, boy, goes with the left hand. So shifty. And for Kyrie, that's his first shot attempt here in the first quarter. Outside, and Wiggins yet again. There's number 2 from downtown.
Well, if Dallas is going to play those 2 bigs, they're going to get...
Dort's been feeling good from the outside, too. Team high, plus 23 versus Phoenix. Nice pass. SGA found the dive, and all of a sudden it's Dylan Jones who's been the beneficiary. Use him as a primary defender on SGA. And here he is here for Dallas. Defending SGA with a little switch. Kick out to Jones. Had the look. Yeah, Dylan Jones buries the triple from the sideline. Deep. He can be very streaky. Shai, what does he want to do here? Dallas got a little zone. Outside Dort. There's another high-arcing 3. Boy, he's been cash money from the outside so far tonight.
Shot blocked and picked up that loose change. Didn't even bring it down.
Thunder fighting here on every possession. Nice pass underneath Dort. He's able to get that one to go.
That's a tough shot. He caught it along the baseline.
Got to get this ball in a good spot. SGA, baseline, back to Jones. He has to hoist. And he hits from deep.
And Gafford did not want to come out and guard him on that.
Has put its foot down on OKC. And one of the reasons why Dallas got the 14-point lead. The Mavs been deploying that zone as Jalen Williams tries to bust it up with that 3. Kind of flat-footed there on the 3. And if you're going to make a move, now would be a good time. A little isolation here. J-Dub, open 3. That's in the bottom of the net.
Wow, I was surprised they left. Excuse me.
For Greg Popovich. Champagnie flies inside for 2. And that's 2 moves by Champagnie. Again, primarily a 3-point shooter. Gilgeous-Alexander averaging 28 a game, coming off a 36-point game. Wallace. Game has ever seen in CP3. Third straight game, Spurs have been without Wembanyama. It's Flagler with a 3. Why not? They all do the same thing. They space and let their playmakers. He knew exactly when he got the switch of Dylan Jones on him, he was going to pull up for 3. Gilgeous-Alexander. In the corner, Dort. It's a 3, and he got it to go. That was a sideline triple by Luke. 83-70, the Spurs. Inside, nice play. Kenrich Williams gets the 2. Gilgeous-Alexander off a screen. The rookie Castle will meet him on top. And in the corner for Wallace and a triple. There's the answer to Castle's 3. Wallace on the Spurs, none on the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander, Chris Paul back in. Shai feeds to Williams, drives into Castle. 10 points. And you've got numbers. You've got 2 Thunder players down. They go the other way. Collins tried to get it up high, and it was off the mark. Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso drives. It's a 21-6 run for the Thunder.
And now back-to-back threes by the veterans on this team. CP3 and then Collins.
Gilgeous-Alexander penetrates. Back out to Dort. His triple. Good! 6-point game again. 50 seconds to go.
A zone defense against the Thunder, because they know they like to drive the basketball.
Hartenstein trying to play May, goes with a left hand. There, he's got his first points as a Thunder player. He's still a little slow to get up. I know, he's such a screen, and a hard one on Sharp. Nice pass inside. Kenrich on the reverse. Boy, Caruso was right in the mix of all. James Sharp coming off back-to-back 30-point games, but quiet in the first half. Now he's got 9. J-Dub quick response as he registers one from deep.
They're doing a great job of consistently turning over the Trailblazers.
J-Dub, relocation, fires and hits from downtown. Portland fell asleep on defense. Hasn't happened very often.
And what he's doing right now in that mid-range.
Shoots over the top of Wiggins on the fadeaway. That one rims out as Dort puts his head down, hard charging. And Wiggins will fire up a 3 and knock it down.
How about the eagle eyes? Three-point shooting. On point.
Sacramento was -10 in the three-point shooting category last night against Brooklyn. As Shai tied up inside, dumps it off. Hartenstein loves that floater, and that time he uses the left hand. And boy, he looks so comfortable in his.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. He's a USC Trojan, of course, folks.
Dort trying to tap it out. Joe, clean look for 3. Bottoms.
Wow, that tap out is just dangerous, man. I tell you.
We'll take it across. Oh, and that time SGA got his hand in there. Took it away. Fellow Kentucky Wildcat. The kick out, Joe looking for another, and he's got another. That time from the corner.
I mean, lightning fast, folks.
Traded to Sacramento back in July from Chicago. Barnes went to San Antonio. As Kenrich Williams still feeling it off the bench. He's got 2 threes here in the first half. And so 29% from deep. He was 41% as a rookie, but struggled mightily. Wiggins, dunker spot, and he finishes it home with a left-handed reverse.
Yeah, a lot of dog on that rebound. There's a whole lot of purple jerseys around him.
10-point lead, looking for more. Shai kicks. Mitchell. That'll beat the game clock as AJ Mitchell.
Skipping breakfast. Sooner or later, he's going to catch up with you when you lose too many of those hustle plays.
Hartenstein kept it himself that time. Shows the touch. That De'Aaron Fox has done over the last couple of weeks. 14 is minimal by what he's done on the scoreboard. J-Dub. No hesitation from downtown as he drills it.
I'll tell you, yeah, that's another. He's been the only King that's really stayed in rhythm as he drops his 30th point.
Still got it now in year number 16. Jalen Williams looking for a little bit more. My goodness. Jalen Williams can't be stopped right now.
And Isaiah Joe did a good job of avoiding Mark trying to draw that foul.
Hartenstein set the screen for SGA, got it back. Knew it was going to be short, still going to get the bounce off that soft rim.
Yeah, it was short in there.
They had to be different to win tonight. What does that look like? They have to play free, fast, and efficient. And just to remind you guys, he said take care of the ball. That's something that they haven't done the last 3 possessions.
Yeah, the Thunder have turned them over, Angel, 4 times. Hartenstein with a nice slam out of the timeout. The lead is up to 10. Misses that 3 ball. Still trying to rediscover his 3-point shooting rhythm. Hartenstein had it knocked away. It goes to SGA. Sprays it to the corner. Isaiah Joe from deep. Got it. Here he is at the other end. Gets it back to Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander. Sprays it to the corner. Isaiah Joe. Where have we seen that before? Another three. That was a whopping 8:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Isaiah Joe. Gilgeous-Alexander off the pin down. Hartenstein with the flush.
He's saying he got hit. He might have a case for that.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander. Picked up by Kyle Anderson. Green with good nail help. Hartenstein from the dunker spot and the float game.
That's a tough shot, Mike. Timeout Steve Kerr. I mean, that's a frustrating shot for a 7-footer to put it up that high. Thunder up.
Be out months. Hartenstein hopefully, just hit the tailbone and maybe hit some meat back there. Only his 4th game since coming back from the wrist fracture. Lou Dort with a triple.
So important at Lou Dort.
Lakers 3 for 10 here in this first quarter from distance. Max Christie trying to stay with SGA and a smile on his face. And Wiggins hits from outside.
And you see what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does. I mean, he's basically going to win.
OKC made him pay off turnovers in the first 12 minutes. Thunder led by as many as 10. That lead is down to 1. Deep 2 for Kenrich Williams.
Lakers went into a zone defense, and there was poor communication on the back.
Rui with his 3rd field goal tonight. Baseline cut Wiggins from SGA.
And that's all created by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Rebound, shot clock's off. OKC with it. 9 seconds to go in the half. A chance for the lead. SGA eyes the clock. Doubled. Kenrich Williams at the horn. OKC with the lead at the half in Los Angeles.
Shai doing his thing to close this half. 2 turnovers for the Lakers. OKC couldn't convert on the first one, but they'll get another opportunity right here.
10th turnover. Oklahoma City leads the league at nearly 12 steals per game, and Lou Dort cans another triple.
Alexander, so LeBron knows he can go to a fadeaway and get that shot off cleanly.
Final cup game in group stage, West B for the Lakers. They need a win to stay alive for a chance to advance to the knockout. Is it? 6 ties, 12 lead changes. Ball tipped away, loose. OKC keeps it though, and Dort hits a 3. Great job by Gilgeous-Alexander to keep that possession alive.
He lost it, but never gave up on it. It looked like the Lakers had something going the other way. That's a tough one.
Russell, heat check, missing. James went down, just getting up. 5-on-4 opportunity for OKC, and A.J. Mitchell converts on the 3. Mitchell is on a...
That kind of experience, what it takes to score in this league consistently.
As Dort, he'll fire up that mid-range shot, the long bounce. Keeps the possession alive. Casey Wallace gets a flyby opportunity there and buries the 3.
And how big is it for him to knock down that 3? Folks back home and go, wow.
Well, Mark Tangle said after the Lakers game that there's just a certain comfort level. Nice dive there by Hartenstein. SGA gives it up. Wiggins high off the window.
Oh, he took a shot, too.
Convince the officials.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with trying.
J-Dub finally sees one go down. That one's a triple.
Look at the Thunder. It's just under 19. And Green averages just under 20. They've been quiet and silent so far. And Fred VanVleet has been the guy that stepped up.
Shai gave it up. Hartenstein's got 2 more. As these 2 teams turn their opponents over more than any teams in the NBA. Shai sees the double. J-Dub rumbles, stops, pulls up. That's his spot right there, mid-post left side.
And because saying, man, you throw it lower for smaller guys.
First shot of the game, that's a 3 from George. That rims out. J-Dub on the run, trying to get out, pushes it up, and misuses his muscle to score it up over Sexton.
And I love the fact that he
for a second-year player, he doesn't play with any fear. He's not afraid to take the shot. That's one thing that stood out in the Dallas series.
There's a finger floater.
Now Shai, a little mismatch. The step back, the 3, he left it short. The long rebound right back to him. This time Jones, second effort, and he splashes it home from downtown. Ball at UCLA. As Shai Keeping that dribble going. Oh, what a pass inside. Casey Wallace, the slip. Nobody saw it coming.
I didn't see it either. I got to see it.
Overlooked at 12 points. Marketed tried to get going. Can't do it on that shot. Sexton lost it as he bounced right off of Wallace. The ship, and it's Dort, and to step on everybody as he guides it home. And the lead.
Defense they had that first half.
There's a deflection. SGA once again stepping into the passing lane. There's the floater. Sets it up. J-Dub elevates it. Detonates at the rim. Defensive end. Juzang's three is a little bit flat. Shai trying to push. As Wallace wants to give it up. Extra pass. Shai finds Joe wide open in the corner. You can count it.
They're just blown the doors off.
So OKC built this double-digit lead. There's another miss from the outside for Toronto. Ice cold, 2 for 11 from deep.
Oh, Thunder doing a good job of getting to those shooters.
Why not take that mid-range shot? It's wide open.
Well, Toronto did a good job of getting back on the deep.
Get it across the timeline. OKC get this down, but still 4 seconds between shot and game. Up top, Caruso. He'll fire and connect from deep.
Wow, what a quarter it's been, folks. And counting. Thunder with 30.
Picked it up a little bit this year.
Talk about that run with the Raptors. You knew they were going to make a run. Just have to withstand it.
And Isaiah Joe banks one in from deep.
Yeah. You won't
That
see
is 2 banks.
One of their lower halves.
Barnes rumbling, fumbled it. Time here, SGA trying to push, got it up to J-Dub. J-Dub will get the bounce off the backboard. And that is a microcosm of this first half.
Dunk the basketball.
Don't worry, not many people can, is what made him special. Leonard trying to cap this off in the third, and will in transition.
Coming. I know you want to say it again, because that's the third layup by the Thunder.
There's a deflection, a turnover, as Wallace leans in, and he's going to score in transition off the turnover. Reminiscent.
Pelicans have just come out cold here in this first quarter, folks. Shooting 20% so far.
And on 5 turnovers, and that's why OKC's got a 15-2 lead right out of the blocks. Look at the harassing defense there on Murray. Couldn't get the shot off, couldn't get the pass off, ends up turning it over. Turnover number 6. It's 3-on-2 as SGA sets it up beautifully for Jalen Williams on the alley-oop. Well, the Thunder ending New Orleans season each of the last 2 years. Shai, outlet, Caruso, catch fire 3, that is good. Alex Caruso adds to what is already a big first.
Scores in a rematch of a playoff series from last season. It's the knockout round, the single elimination stage of the Emirates NBA Cup. Here on TNT tonight, it's the Dallas Mavericks and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
But it's the others, right, doing work here, picking up the slack here for Doncic.
That's a long shot. The 3 will go down.
It's a 3-point shootout. Make plays.
Thompson trying to defend Gilgeous-Alexander. Across the lane, Dort. Timeout. Dallas.
Calling his own number on that offensive play.
And they got to find a way to stop this man and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now, especially with the big trying to guard him.
Wallace will knock down the 3, and he's got 6.
Would go a long way for Dallas.
By yourself. Hey. It's a 3.
That hurts.
Isaiah Joe.
You could have gotten it down to 10.
On the perimeter.
Eason is wide open, and he hits a 3. That's only the 3rd three-pointer made. The team starting off slowly from outside. A 5-point Rockets lead. Kenrich Williams
Williams, and he comes back and nails it. Look at this, back-to-back threes.
That athleticism is elite. He just needs to find some level of consistency. You look over his last 10 games. One night it's 35, the next night it's 12. Like, he just got to find a way to figure it out consistently.
Hartenstein floats that in after they fell behind by 3. Dort to Hartenstein. Green chasing Gilgeous-Alexander, gets away. He's double-teamed, finds Dort. Dort fires away and hits a 3. Back-to-back threes. I feel like screaming bang on it. By the way, no challenge left for Ime Udoka. Not that he would have challenged out-of-bounds call here in the third. Dort with another 3. Lou Dort, he's 4 of 8 from three-point range. Gilgeous-Alexander bumped by Brooks, who's playing with 5 fouls. Oh, nice crossover, goes inside, out to Williams. Williams a 3. Gets the bounce and goes through. And a big smile from Jacobs. Smith on Gilgeous-Alexander, beautiful pass. And Hartenstein with the stuff.
Set him up and be a good sign there. Orlando struggled from 3. KCP has struggled as Williams. Right back at Magic in transition. Good defense from Black. Just better offense.
Magic turn it over again. Anthony, the 5th Orlando turnover. And Isaiah Joe makes him pay. And the Thunder back in front.
Try to make that home run pass.
Anthony turns it over again. Back-to-back possessions. No look pass. Williams finishes as Gilgeous-Alexander. An ugly pass telegraphed it right in the hands of Hartenstein. Chance at the last shot. Thunder, a dominant second quarter. Casey Wallace, who a float game is true. Gilgeous-Alexander. Now to Williams. Looking for Caruso. Is the group that did the damage in the second quarter. Nice pass. Caruso from the spot. Got another one. He's in 3 threes from that.
SGA. They do it all. Post up, drive, shooting the 3 ball more this year.
Unforced error, but Tante wasn't looking. Gilgeous-Alexander. Down it goes, Wiggins. And the Thunder now starting to pull away.
As Hero does what he does best, knocking down the trifecta.
Right, he just does not need very much space. As Hartenstein, nice move, cutting across the baseline, nice find, SGA. Shai had those 10 points in the first quarter, quiet here in the second. Trying to find a way to create. Dort off the catch. There's a sideline 3. Dort's got his 2nd of the night from downtown.
They're earning their points. That's really been kind of the motto for the whole season so far. Just earning their points.
They've certainly tried to get to the free throw line, but it's Lou Dort from the outside as he connects on his 3rd 3 from downtown.
I don't have on those black and white colors. I got on Christmas green tonight.
You got on the Christmas green, I got on the Christmas red. We are in full Christmas spirit tonight. Kenrich Williams from downtown finally gets that one to go. He knew that one was going in.
Kind of stepped back as he shot it, didn't he?
He was going the other direction. He said that one's going down, don't worry. The love up top, that one's going down too by Hartenstein. Off the feed from SGA.
Well, you got to pick your poison on that play. And into a tough fadeaway 15-footer.
Shai, the high arcing 3. Nice offensive rebound. The guards stay committed on the offensive glass. Caruso goes right around Valanciunas and scores with the left hand, getting all the way to the cup.
That's something the Thunder have done with consistency tonight.
You could see him coming up the floor when he was dribbling the basketball, and he just kind of came up. Didn't look right. Mitchell, that 3, wide open. A.J. Mitchell, the rookie from downtown. And OKC coming out here in the 4th quarter with an 8-point.
Former New York Knick gets his first points of the game. At some point, the OKC, we got to get the offense going here as Hartenstein shows that push shot and scores. First guard, he pulls up in the mid-range. Jay Will, open, top of the key, buries a three.
And he looks so comfortable taking that shot.
Mismatch here, gonna need a little help inside. Great defense for rookie Mitchell, came from the backside to Gerard Free. Shai, right back to Kenrich, and it leads to the two on the other end. And now it's OKC's turn to go.
Shots to get that corner three for Turner.
The Benedict Mathurin shot was the shot to take.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Jalen Williams, full levitation to the cup for the jam.
That's what you have to do.
Flailed it back to the backcourt. Halliburton was stripped by SGA, and the Thunder can continue this run. J-Dub, he's got it, powers his way to the cup, and the run does continue. Jalen Dort on that layup. Nimhard telegraphed the pass. SGA able to pick it off. Another cut, Jalen Williams, and it looked like Turner might have got a piece, and more power from J-Dub, able to get that.
Probably the best thing is to get tickets to the Thunder game.
That too.
With that jersey on.
Package included.
That's right. Come on, Mom and Dad. Total package.
And Kenrich Williams, we said he immediately makes his point. J-Dub finds an open shooter. Cason Wallace, clean look, but it's tapped out by Dort to SGA. Gonna recycle 14, Dort. Cashes in the three, knocking it down from the outside as Dort.
Watch our pregame show. Nick and Paris gave you a little cheat sheet on that, folks. Always on a half hour before tip. Man, they do a great job. And kind of stole that from them.
SGA, nice try, breaking down the defense, and Hartenstein able to lay it up and in.
It's just good patience.
He's got an excellent touch. Josh Green had the three for the Hornets. Shai, kick out of Wiggins, already 1-3. That's his second three. Aaron Wiggins from the outside. But the Hornets have the worst field goal percentage of any team at just under 43%. That backs up.
You can see right over out. Those three statistics are connected. How about the eagle-eye pass by Shai? Finding the man with the hot hands right now.
First round pick, Salon. Tijan Salon. Another one of the Frenchmen that has entered the NBA here recently. Isaiah Joe from the outside.
Just tickled and twine once again.
Trying to defend Micic. And Micic comes up empty on that mid-range shot. Jay Will spots up straight away. Jalen Williams got himself a boom. And the lead is right.
Sometimes
the
officials need a little help on that.
Just a slight miss on the point of direction there. Jay Will from the outside. Jalen Williams dials up his second three here in the first half. Thunder players typically not one to really react compared to other teams. As Jalen Williams pulls up, mid-range shot, got a little closer. Right there, mid-post the last couple years. You see that arm in a sling. A.J. Mitchell, three-point shot is down. Shai trying to get Scottie Pippen Jr. off of him. Use that screen. Kenrich left open yet again. Humphrey's dropping back and leaves Kenrich with nothing but shooting space, and he takes advantage. Got it up over Pippen. That was a beauty. And then Pippen Jr. ran right into Wallace for the turnover. Wiggins down the lane. The finger roll is good. That was a whole lot of funky funk.
Oh, man, every now and then you surprise me, man. I'm telling you, that was pretty good, man.
Every once in a while, I got one for you. A.J. Mitchell, that's his second from downtown. The rookie sticks on the three. That's his first make. 25-point lead for the Thunder. Trying to close out the third. Hart. That slip pass from SGA. And right now, shooting 40%.
Yeah, he's got a nice game. For a guy who was undrafted, he's doing exactly what he should be doing. Just coming out there, making a difference, making things happen.
As Isaiah Joe trying to get going. Expect an offensive battle here tonight. Shai turning the corner on his cousin, bounces off, had it blocked by Edwards. Dort from the outside, he'll tee it up and knock it down. First three of the game for the buckets for him.
5 quick points. As you see, 2 defenders shading toward SGA. McDaniels all that length on him. Kick out to Dort. He'll hoist and hit the 3.
That's what it's going to take to loosen up that defense of one of those guys who's got the green light to take those shots, even with James Harden in the lineup. He's actually leading them in scoring at just over 24 a game.
Shai trying to distribute. Wiggins, ball fake, floater, and he shows the touch. Nicely done. Always under control. That time he just got down low and shot it over Wiggins. Dunn's played for a ton of teams. This is 16. 5 different 10-day contracts to keep his career alive. Nice cut. Wiggins on the back door. Got a little birthday present from SGA.
Oh, how about that? It's a nice move. He's got that left hand. He's not just a defensive guy. He's learning to score that basketball now as well.
Dort from the corner that time. Lou Dort rattles it home. First 3. The Timberwolves, especially when the offense was struggling, is done trying to contort. Didn't get it on the reverse. Wiggins, hesitation, another floater, and he goes glass that time. Aaron Wiggins, a couple of nice plays. Jones Jr. SGA not going to let that get back out to the perimeter. Got that screen from Jay Will, gave it right back to him. He shows a little touch in the mid-range. Nice pass from SGA.
That must be going around, that nice little flow.
On the drive, good defense. Murray hands all over the ball. Powell again comes up empty.
Kind of got too deep, and now you're talking about a deep shot. You can just leave it right there. He has not missed from downtown. He's 5 of 5.
My goodness. He's been the best shooter for LA by far. Now the leading scorer. This time Hartenstein, the beneficiary on the pretty pass. Both of them just being shocked that there wasn't a foul call was enough for Mark Daigneault. He didn't need to see much more. As A.J. Mitchell has come in, OKC's still a challenge remaining. A.J. Mitchell working his way down low, the little turnaround. Feathery. Jay Will takes it away.
Good job, Jay Will. Just kind of forcing him to miss that chippy.
Shai up top, Jalen Williams. There's a boom. And an OKC 3.
Okay, Shai
would like SGA having another solid first half. Bridges had it punched away. Good defense. And the recovery. SGA 3-on-1 gives it up. Isaiah Joe. There's some transition opportunities. And the follow on the weak side. Shai again dumps it off. Wiggins, he'll scoop it up and in.
And I like the Thunder just continue.
You see Achua and Shamet, who played minimally in the game. Shai up top, it's Jay Will. Spotted up for the 3, and the Thunder could really use one from J-Dub. Pulls up. No. Good defense, forcing that miss. Shai over to Wiggins, wide open for 3. Aaron Wiggins, another big-time shot here in the second half. He delivers again. Exchange leads on the scoreboard as the Knicks go back up 101-100. Shai back to Wiggins, off balance. Wiggins takes the contact. He's going to the line. It was his hard hedge out by Hartenstein, and he forcing the turnover on Brunson. Had nowhere to go with the pass. Wiggins again. Oh my! Wiggins lighting up Paycom Center. What a fourth quarter it's been. Play the math equation. It's a big part of the formula.
I mean, get this, folks. They average about 50 attempts a game. Most NBA teams, that's a special night for them.
Shatters an NBA previous record as Hartenstein on the baseline. Shai just sort of feeds to an elite player and the leading scorer for Boston. Coming out of Duke, been around a long time. The dump off, Hartenstein on the push, and that one drops in.
That's what Shai's doing a good job.
He's comfortable in the post, so Jaylen Brown doing what Mikal Bridges did on Friday. Now Shai's got the ball in his hands. He had a big first quarter. Kick it out. Kenrich Williams open for the three, takes advantage. And that's what you got to do. 34% from downtown. Porzingis now with 17. Had it down to 6, back up to 11. Shai back to Hartenstein. Push shot, that time it goes.
That's good action by Shai, too. He's found a lot.
And it's White. The hit ahead to Tatum. Caught it in stride. Tatum ejected. SGA caught him at the rim and swatted it away. 5-on-4. Hartenstein over the top.
How's that not a foul? My goodness, he got hammered. He got hammered on that play.
Hartenstein not appreciating the late contact. They did call the foul. There's going to be one free throw for Hartenstein, so it is going to be an and one. You just couldn't hear it in this building.
Oh, look at this. Look at that. Come on, Shai. What else can you do, man? Here's his lob right here. As he caught the ball, and White went underneath him. And kind of held on to his leg, and his Hartenstein said, look, let this go. Engaged to come up with a big three for the Thunder.
Brown got tied up by SGA. He turns it over. Open shooter, it's Dort. Yet again. Unleashing threes here in crunch time.
And right now, Boston is stunned.
So difficult with the double bigs. Garland gets to the rim but couldn't finish. Hartenstein, who has been a spectacular addition, as Lou Dort lines it up. Dort knocks down the three.
Mike, you still see teams giving this guy concede shots. He knocks them both down, and that was a big part of them putting the Celtics to bed.
Gilgeous-Alexander, Hartenstein loves that floater. It's been so effective, averaging 12 points, 12 rebounds.
How much you love Kenny Atkinson? He's been around this game a long time. He just knows, yes, it's a January game, but this is a special night here with these two teams just going at each other. Isaiah Joe, shot is good from three-point range. That's his second three. He's been a nice spark rebound. 16 points, 8 assists. Gilgeous-Alexander off the glass. Ball batted right back to him. He's surrounded. Kicks it out. Wallace a three. Knocks it down.
Wow.
Mason Wallace a big shot.
Mike, how did Shai not step on the end line with where...
Or let alone an offensive rebounder.
And Shai trying to deflate this clock as much as possible. Got it over to Wiggins. Wiggins, Anunoby on him, and Wiggins able to avoid the defense and flip it up and in.
It's a tough finish. I mean, that climb up that hill.
There's another turnover. Nice deflection. SGA stampeding ahead. Dumps it off. Jalen Williams. And that one's going to block in.
Offensively, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Paris. There's the defense anticipating on the help side. SGA able to pick that off. Nicely done. Spins into the pass. Isaiah Joe spotted up wide open for the three, and he drains it.
Well, he caught all the Wizards.
But if you're looking for some adjustments in playing the team a second time, this one very different.
Yeah, well, I thought they did a good job of flipping the script, playing in transition.
One of the best on-ball defensive players in the NBA. The versatility on the defensive end.
And you hear that consistently from his peers. How about that? SGA, man, he is just making everything happen, folks.
Shot way off that time. Koulibaly on the miss. SGA still in the game here. Kick out, off the catch, and Cason Wallace dials up another three. That's his second of the night. And there is Yabusele. And he is a great story here for Philly, getting a one-year deal. The Thunder, in terms of SGA and Dort, know him well from his time with France basketball. There's a nice play, setting it up. There's now Shai off the switch. Wants to go to work on Council. Wide open shooter, it's Dort from the outside, and Lou Dort with a layup line three.
And how about the heavy lifting done by Shai on that?
And doing it depleted is Oubre, got denied. Great block, meeting him at the top. There was J-Dub.
That's great off-ball help. Look what it leads to at the hands of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
At just over 17.
But you know, the building blocks are pretty good. And as finally, he says, look, you know what, just keep feeding me. I'm going to make one. I've done this throughout my career. Jay Will with the trifecta.
Mentality score for a while. That's the kind of player that he's been. Only played 1 year with Denver, but he's bounced around the league a ton. Shai, the pass, Hartenstein caught it and then had the nice touch to redirect it. Gotta credit the Sixers team, Michael, they're not going away. J-Dub, there's been so many plays like that. Open shooters out on the perimeter.
Every time he gets a rebound in traffic, gets both of those mitts on it, he's going to be the one he's going to make. So just saying, how about Shai digging that out? And look what it creates. That's a good play. Even though Hartenstein
into the front court. Put the ball in the hands of SGA. Edwards. Jay Will off the catch. Now the Celle bid, and that allows him to drive in and show the skill. How about the big fella putting it on
a yeoman's job on the board for the big man in the middle.
Averaging a double-double on the season. Sets the screen for SGA, snaps that pass cross court, and Cason Wallace's strong offensive night capped off with that.
Allen once again, he's got the first 2 baskets. And I like his activity early. Jared Allen has been playing very well as of late on the offensive end scoring.
Lou Dort fires one, hits one, and that opens up the scoring for Oklahoma City.
30 points a game. His defense has improved. You can flip a coin, but I'll tell you what, SGA gets my vote this season thus far.
NBA's leading scorer coming into play tonight, Isaiah Joe. First minutes on the floor, and he makes his...
Hey, I'm mic'd up.
Hey! You better go get some. Yo, if you don't go get some, I'm gonna go get some.
Damn!
State Farm Audio Assist. Couple of live wire personalities right there. As Brandon Carlson, the undrafted, straight misses by the Cavs. They were held scoreless over 4 minutes. Alex Caruso on the floor for Oklahoma City. Another one of the big pieces. Uh-oh. We have an arrival. Brandon Carlson is hit. Now, as long as he's out there. Lou Dort left wide open. Gilgeous-Alexander set him up. And it continues.
Great player who went to Santa Clara.
Oh, yes, there's a few. Nash. Rambis.
I used to call him, you know, Captain Canada, but I think now that's SGA.
That might be. As Wallace lays it in. That trade 4 years ago. Went from Brooklyn to Indiana, and then eventually the Cavs traded for him. Caruso! A highlight here in the third. The high flyer. Third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander with 40. Does he take the last one here?
Yes.
Ty Jerome guards him. And Williams off 1 foot. He's got it. And it is 119 on the board after 3 quarters.
Do I need to calm down?
They must be really cracking down on
I'm just saying.
continuations, because there's been so many where that has been an and one. As Isaiah Joe laces yet another
to go. Just laying back, waiting for the play to develop and waiting for that moment to steal that basketball.
Another offensive rebound started by Jay Will, and then he pays it off with a boom right in front of the Thunder bench.
Just playing exactly like the starters were playing. Ball is moving quickly around the horn, and they're knocking down shots.
And another steal, swarming defense. SGA setting it up. Usman will finish it off with the power punch. That was Tyrese Martin, the two-way player for Brooklyn. Carlson is going to pull up, just shy, and shows a little touch. We've seen him show his range.
There's a whole lot going on in that play.
Think you can make that happen? 40,
I can make that.
40 feet?
I can make it.
On the bounce?
Probably not at the pro level, but I can make it in the church league all day long, man. All day long.
That'll be a goaltend on another pretty pass off the back. Being a shot, he's going to get the 2. That was a pass, right?
Yeah, it was a pass. But, yeah, he's going to get 2 points for it. How about this? Nice little splitting of the double team. splitting of the double team where he was once an all-star.
Originally drafted by the Lakers, second stint with the Lakers. Now he's on his second stint with Brooklyn. Been on Memphis, Golden State. And much like the first quarter, there is Isaiah Joe. Once again from the outside. Had to carry him right to him.
And they're making the Nets work to get those shots. Initially, D'Angelo Russell had the basketball, just could not find the spot. How about this? My goodness. Just go right down Main Street. And the Nets will call timeout.
Caruso both there. As we hit the 3-minute mark to go in quarter number 3. Shai galloping around Jang, and he has looked very comfortable in his spot minutes.
In terms of the organizational, philosophy, closely connected with the coaching staff. Well, how about that, man? Come on, Shai, what are you doing, man? That was a nice, tasty dish that he dropped over to Wiggins. He may be stationary, but there's a lot of moving parts around him. He found the right one.
And all those assists, averaging 4 assists over the last 2 games. Combine that with one of the better cutters, and Wiggins, this time not cutting on it. Instead, he drills it through to start to pick up. Both teams trying to move quickly. Carlson with the rainbow 3 straight away on his start here in the 3rd quarter. He's all Utah. 8-0 start by the Jazz. J-Dub though wide open, and he'll stop that in a hurry as he sticks the 3.
Well, did a good job.
Identical spot right there on the sideline, right side. Cut from Shai. Kick out Dort. That 3 is good. As Lou Dort with his first made back. And it's Shai.
This guy's doing everything, folks. This is what I'm talking about. He is really, in my opinion, the MVP of the league.
And Carlson continues to cash in from downtown. That's his second 3.
This is his team.
As the Mavs able to take advantage of that mismatch. Gafford, who was really quiet on Friday night against the Thunder, but loud in that game against Charlotte. As J-Dub pulls up right at the free throw line in the nail, and J-Dub's got a deuce. Trying to keep Dallas off the glass.
It's a good battle. Keep your eye on that too. J. Will and Gafford.
As J-Dub from the outside dials one up from downtown. Carlson's in. As Shai sees that double team, the skip pass up top. Wallace trying to turn the corner on Cleveland, and does. Cason Wallace having the ball. Michael, and just so surprised at the struggles that they've had. They've lost 5 out of 6, but they've also lost 6 consecutive games on the road. And there's another 3. J-Will just cooking them up here in the 1st quarter.
And he's doing exactly what you said.
And it got reversed. It was initially called a foul on the Cavalier player on a push in the back of Dort, but they said there was no extension. Right. There was no arm extension. As Caruso in the corner lands that 3 with 1.9 seconds on the game. A little different flavor than what we've seen between these 2 teams, but nonetheless, Cason Wallace goes right through the seams of that Dallas defense. Back shot, hand in the face, and good defense by Caruso. J-Dub off the catch. Fires up and connects on the 3. And just like that, you get 2 consecutive. So Thunder have been having to manufacture offensive possessions, manufacture points. Shai trying to get around Kamara, double team, passes right to Hartenstein. He'll put it down for the flush.
Skill sets attract.
He said, I used to meet right after the game with the coach and watch the tape of the game. I said, we're not doing that. There's no post-game debrief. We'll do that the next day. Things are too emotional right after the game. And so he learned from 3. And Oklahoma City not much better, 1 of 7.
Gilgeous-Alexander gives it up. Isaiah Joe nails a 3. Joe in the month of January is shooting 50% from 3.
And this is a hard team for a guard to get any space. And the Thunder know who Steph Curry is, and they're dedicating their whole defense to stopping him.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a kick out. And the three from Isaiah Joe. That's the third.
They're just 4 games ahead of the teams that are not even in the play-in, like the Warriors in the 11th spot.
Yeah, and I asked somebody the other day, Dave, who's going to, if you like...
Shot over the outstretched arm of Wiggins.
How many times have you seen him take that shot throughout his career in that mid-range area?
I was stunned, Michael, that he didn't use the pump fake. Shai didn't take the shot. Instead, he passes it off. Hartenstein able to lay it up and in with the left hand.
He makes such good...
As Wallace pulled the string a little bit on that shot, it squirts over to SGA. Wallace trying to fight something off here. Hartenstein, left hand, push shot. That one rattles in. And once again, it was SGA finding them.
That's just beautiful.
Certainly want to keep him off the glass. As Jay Will thought about it. The cut there, SGA, the kick. Joe off the catch. That is good, right on the sideline. Isaiah Joe registered. Ellis back outside, three-point shot is up.
That's good defense by the Thunder, just rotating around. Sabonis had nowhere to pass the ball to. Ellis was a little bit uncomfortable taking that shot.
This time, Kenrich goes outside. Had the drive inside, back quiet here in the second quarter compared to the first quarter. Has the jam.
That's a nice little move. He can elevate too. Grew up in the state of Arkansas, was a high riser then. A little pick and roll action that time.
Let's get our update from Paris.
Thanks, Chris. Well, the Thunder put up 82 points of offense in that first half, just 1 point away from a Thunder record. And I asked Thunder assistant coach Mike Wilkes what the game plan was for this group offensively. He told me playing fast, keeping the ball ahead of the defense in transition, and being ready to...
There are big men in the league that can pass with such precision as Mr. Hartenstein.
Shai sees a crowd, veers back inside, kicks it out, Kenrich off the catch, wide open three, and he cashes it in. It has been all OKC as we come up on the 4-minute mark of this third quarter. There's so much space to operate with on the offensive end. I don't know if I can remember a game where... And Malik Monk, we know he's got hops. There is no doubt about it. Sacramento trying to get the ball out of the hands of SGA. Jay Will cuts in. Little hang time, too, with the left-hand finish.
And you got a guy to the middle of the floor. In Oklahoma?
Not today.
It's 80 degrees today.
Not today. My goodness. It's February or July. To turn on the AC. Dort needs some AC to cool him off. Had 6 threes on two-way player initially coming into the league, drafted in the second round out of Maryland. Continuing to get better. I mean, he is the ultimate team guy. If there's anybody that you can be happy for success, is Ousmane Dieng with a nice take there in transition. The athleticism, the explosiveness,
yeah, I never
kind of defied it, physics.
And his true height was about 5'7", Spudware. Now, he had a dunk master in Dominique Wilkins on that team. That was a guy who flew high, flying about as high as Isaiah Joe's, your native town. Are you going to the All-Star game?
I am not.
Okay. I won't either. How about that?
Taking the break in All-Star break. Jay Will.
And then being able to get the ball to the right people.
Did you like setting screens for Gary Payton?
Loved it. Nate McMillan, Gary Payton, step off of a half a game.
Well, the Memphis Grizzlies right back to being at the top, or near the top, I should say, of the Western Conference. Getting a full allotment of games from John Moran, even though he's missed a handful with that shoulder injury.
He really added that to his repertoire this season.
Booker off the mark. There's Wiggins. Wiggins has had some big games lately. Coming off the bench, Gilgeous-Alexander to Hartenstein. The floater is good. Won't go. Gilgeous-Alexander will slow it down. Phoenix has a foul to give. Shot clock turned off. Up top, Isaiah Joe. Long three-pointer at the buzzer. Nails the three. A 37-point. All of a sudden, the way you've scouted the teams, the way they play, has changed significantly.
Completely changed right now what the landscape could look like. And it's going to be fascinating to watch both of those teams. As Isaiah Joe again continues his heater to 18 feet.
Booker trying to put some pressure on Wiggins. Runs right into Gilgeous-Alexander.
against Jones. Back out Wiggins, lines up, three-pointer, that's good. Everything going down right now for the Thunder. Cross respond and help people recover. It will be a long, long recovery. Phoenix shot 60% in the first half. They're 1 for 12 here in the third quarter. Caruso just adds to the domination.
U.S. set. It's going to be interesting, Michael, to see this lineup with the two bigs as J-Dub pulls up, right at the free throw line, and that time he is going to get the bounce.
Yeah, he's getting hit on the arm, too. He's looking at the official.
Over Hartenstein. Raptors have that one drawn up nicely. Ended up being a layup. There's a beautiful play on the other end. It's SGA putting it on a platter for J-Dub.
He's better at it than Mark Dagnall. There's been a time at one point in time, J-Dub started center. I know that's hard to believe.
As Holmgren on the turnaround, kept the pivot foot down. He's got that funky sidewinding three, and Caruso couldn't get there in time.
The Raptors have knocked down 5 in this quarter for a team that doesn't shoot the three very well.
Nice find inside. SGA passed up the three instead. Fired it down to Caruso.
7'2".
Caruso knew it was going to be short, so did Wiggins. So Wiggins was able to bat it back out to SGA. Nice pass underneath. J-Will caught it and throws it down. Since the midway point of January, it's gotten better for Darko Rajakovic. They ended up stringing together some wins. At one point, they had won 8 out of 10. Hartenstein that time climbs the ladder as SGA put it up high, and he puts it down hard.
Well, you set screen and rolls to make the defense.
And Desmond Bane from the outside, who's been so good shooting, developed into much more than just a three-point shooter, but he certainly can still do that. Shai gives it up to Hartenstein. Floater, and he got it up over Jaren Jackson Jr.
Out there for just for that thing, folks.
Shai keeping that dribble alive. Kicks out to Caruso. Corner three on the way, and good. Alex Caruso bottoms one from deep.
And how about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Poked in the eye, slapped on the arms, and they just say, hey, you know what? You didn't have the basketball. Here comes a double team on Shai now.
J-Dub left side. I don't know if he was trying to shoot it as Hartenstein was right there, but J-Dub. Early minutes here, third quarter.
They inserted him just in the ball game and doing that timeout for Zach Edey. He delivered.
Caruso, the high archer from the outside. That is ball number 12. For highlights of the Thunder's best blocks of the season, visit OKCThunder.com/blocks4bucks. Oh, Wiggins had a notion. Now he gets the feet behind the three-point line, and Aaron Wiggins dials up number 7.
On the shot by Morant.
SGA threw a couple of defenders. J-Dub thought about the pass. Instead, he wants that step-back mid-range shot, and J-Dub shows his range. There's some real tough shots.
Some really good basketball right now by a lot of Thunder players out there. Morant got away with a travel on that play.
Jackson missed it. Tapped out. Wiggins shovels it over to SGA. 3-on-1. That is Caruso. And he'll finish it off in transition.
Blocked the shot. And then the guy kept going with his arms, and he got a foul on him.
5 seconds. Shot clock deep. Skip past Kenrich. He'll hoist. Kenrich Williams finishes it off from downtown with a...
He had it. Another working man's rebound in traffic as he was able to get to the cup.
Speaking of getting to the cup, there is J-Dub. Beelines it right to the rim with a left hand. No resistance from the Pelicans.
In my opinion, he's still getting better, if I can say that with respect. There's still a lot of upside to him. His biggest challenge, obviously, is just staying on the court.
Year number 6. There is another 3 from the outside. That time it's J-Dub dialing one. First round pick, they feel very good about him. Put up some solid rookie numbers. Kenrich off the catch, wide open for 3, nothing but knot line.
And what? One
exact play where they've got somebody on the backside cutting. And they've got so many willing passers. And that time able to finish off the possession. J-Will, quick shot, There's a three and a much-needed boom as the Thunder need
in the first half. Wow.
Not much continuous play. Wiggins, hard attack, and he got right to the rim, able to finish it off with the left.
He's got that 4 spot.
Miami switches, so now Hero came over on SGA. Dort left open, and Dort, little one-footed fadeaway, nicely done. Thought he got fouled. Adebayo, he slides in there, he got stripped by Wiggins. Thunder trying to create numbers. SGA back to Wiggins. He'll fire and hit from downtown. A much-needed three. He was trying to post up. The Thunder weren't giving him anything. Start the fourth quarter here. SGA on the floor. Dort had the feet set. The high arcing three. And Lou Dort able to drain his second of the night.
And Miami is one of those teams that's long defense by the Thunder.
Hero got caught in the air, trying to swing it over to Ware. SGA steps right into the passing lane. Kenrich tees it up. There's another one from downtown. The run continues. Drew Wiggins' three-point attempt. And SGA says, let's slow things down. As he is playing here in the fourth quarter. He's not played in 4 out of the last 6. Joe off the flare. And the threes keep flying here inside Paycom Center. And the crowd on its feet here inside Paycom Center, showing all the appreciation for this fourth quarter. Dort wide open, and Lou Dort might be able to cap this game off with a minute to go.
Same-day parlays, and it pays out instantly. My question to you tonight, who scores more points, SGA or Ant-Man?
I'm gonna go with Ant-Man.
Oh, SGA. Isn't he leading the league in scoring? Yeah, I'm going SGA.
Kenny, but listen, they've won 8 out of 12, even though last night was a little disappointing. So starting to kind of find a rhythm. Let's see if they can somehow sustain it here tonight.
Williams driving to the hole for the two-handed. Couldn't do it from the outside.
Boy, did he do it inside. That was impressive.
Lou Dort, book it on a three.
And you talked about, like,
a turnover by Edwards. He remains in there. 54-42. Williams forcing the action. The floater, good, and a foul on a circus shot. Drive and kick. McDaniels, a high arcing three, doesn't go. Gilgeous-Alexander held in check in the first half. Bounces, catch, release, Hartenstein.
The basketball from that position.
Played professionally in Germany and Lithuania. Hartenstein is playing professionally in America very well.
At a high level. Knocked down a couple here in this quarter.
Gilgeous-Alexander, they double him with Garza. 10 to shoot. Kenrich Williams left alone, takes advantage.
And that's where Joe Ingles just not...
Didn't try to bank it in, but it did go off the glass. Offensive rebound off the Dort miss. Swing it. Dort over Dillingham for 2.
He has just been really good.
A tray ball for Anthony Edwards.
That was a huge shot there. I was going to say that might have sealed the deal, but they come right back down with that quick deuce.
He's having a career best from downtown. 42% makes his second.
Well, he's one of those guys who's a high flyer, but he's really added that over the last 3 or 4 seasons to his offense. And how about this guy? His first All-Star appearance last weekend. Sometimes it's just a deflection.
The Thunder just committed on the defensive end to making those kind of plays. Caruso left open, little ball fake, and Caruso cashes in the 3.
On both ends of the floor.
There's another miss from downtown for Utah. Let's see what Chet Holmgren does here. One-on-one with Clarkson, keeps it himself, and then the finger roll gets it to go home. As flat as possible.
And look who he has on him. Marketed. Not really sure if that's the guy they want on him. But it doesn't matter, as the Thunder will take the easiest shot still with 4.7 seconds.
Collier, that's not his shot. There's Hartenstein this time trying to find an outlet. You see so many more big men with skill from the outside. There is Jalen Williams showing another three from the outside. There's another turnover by Utah. George couldn't get it back cleanly. Caruso takes it himself, drives hard, and Alex Caruso takes a stumble, but still able to score. Interior.
Yeah, two young centers, going at it.
Holmgren with the flash, squares up, and he's going to get the friendly bounce.
And see, that's the vulnerability.
The threes starting to accumulate here for Utah.
That's been a big plus for them on the scoreboard here.
They were really quiet in the first as Wiggins, he's been quiet himself. There's his first points of the night. It comes here in the third quarter.
He's such a cool handler.
He's elevated his offensive game. In February in particular, he's had a very productive offensive stretch.
Beautiful feet inside. Gilgeous-Alexander, gorgeous pass. Caruso finishes. Goes high for the rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander to Hartenstein inside. Beautiful connection between those two. 8 straight points down, and the Thunder back up by 1. McDaniels lays it up and in. That was an easy one.
I tell you what, he's got a lot to his game, and it's not always been required or asked of him to be an offensive force, but in February he has been just that.
He's on the best offensive stretch of his career as Wiggins hits a 3. Wiggins is 3 for 3 from downtown. 12 points in 12 minutes. Shannon attacks, of course, stolen. Gilgeous-Alexander took it right out of his hands. Wiggins a 3. That's good.
Wow, it's a big turn right there, Mike.
Caruso kicks it out. Jalen Williams, good closeout from Reed. Williams now drives out to Wallace. Wallace double team. Shot clock winding down. Caruso a 3. Got it. Alex Caruso with his first three-pointer of the game.
And he is.
Dillingham sits down. Edwards back in. Still plenty of time left. Caruso is going to try again. Caruso hits again. His second three-pointer. Remaining. The Thunder have hit 5 of 7 from three-point range here in this fourth quarter. Jalen Williams tries another one. Jalen Williams hits another one. Now 6 of 8 here in the fourth quarter, and the lead is ballooned to 11.
He's got to beat Holmgren, who comes over in rotation.
Forcing turnovers, that's what OKC does better than anyone in the NBA. Jalen Williams, three-pointer, bang! Jalen Williams from downtown.
How many threes?
And Mike Conley, excellent from deep. Over the course of really the last 2 years, Mark Dagnall said there was enough offense to carry the load. Jalen Williams inside, flicks it up and in.
Well, Conley is such a savvy veteran.
Fortunate to sit here, Michael, courtside. Here at home, those passes have so much pace on it. Cason Wallace goes up just outside the key.
That's a nice point. Usually what teams try to do is cross-match you and then take advantage of it. Timberwolves just hasn't been able to do that, with the exception of that last play by Reed. And behind the back pass by SGA, and Lou Dort obliges him.
That's where both of his buckets have come from. SGA once again knows right where to put it. Into the shooting pocket of Jalen Williams, who gets that friendly home high.
You talk a lot about his defense, but man, he's really developing that offense.
He has been the best scorer tonight. As Jay Will, fresh into the game, he's got his second boom of the night. Boy, he has come in. Wolves have not made any kind of run in this game at all. As Dort trying to make something happen off the dribble, pulls up, and Lou Dort's got 2 more. He's got 5 points now. Caruso.
Just kind of go at it. Edwards fouled Shai on one end, and Shai returns the favor on the other.
Caruso in his spot as his hot shooting continues from deep. That's
Edwards, not a whole lot on that play.
I got a little Early there is Wiggins off the dive, and SGA's got another assist.
And the Thunder keep racking them up here.
Shai got around the defender, dumps it off. The push shot by Hartenstein, and that is good. Decides to ship it back out to the perimeter. Final minute here in the first quarter. So many defenders trying to stay attached. Wiggins off the catch, fires away as Wiggins coming alive here late in the first quarter. It from downtown, no good. SGA able to take it away.
That's a good start defensively. Back-to-back turnovers.
And Holmgren unloads one from deep. He's into double digits now with Shai getting picked up full court. Gotta hurry. Just does get across midcourt in time. Wiggins drives, spins, and it rolls in. Another fantastic move by Aaron Wiggins. Hayes, not gonna happen that time. He got 4 threes in the game. He didn't have a game all season last year with Detroit that had 4 threes. Wiggins, that's going to be a goaltend. It went down anyway. Add 2 more for him. 22 on the night for Aaron Wiggins.
Defensively, Dyson Daniels is averaging over 3 steals a game. Man, that's some rare air there, folks.
Young fell off, and it leads Cason Wallace wide open. SGA found him as
he can live with that kind of shot. Yang wants to take that 3. He's already knocked down 1 in this first quarter, but that's a good look. How about that screen by Hartenstein? My goodness. Massive screen by Isaiah.
That's that quick strike pace offense of the Hawks. Shai once again, there's another wide open shoot. This time it's Kenrich Williams from the outside. He takes advantage, cashing in another 3 here in the first quarter.
Shrink the floor defensively. Don't allow them to get to the rim. Plays like that, where they leave it a little short because they couldn't get all the way to the rim.
There's another open look. It's J-Dub off the catch. Registers the triple. And Jalen Williams. And we saw the shooting of Joe in the first half with those 4 threes, 12 points. He is not going to return. SGA off another turnover. Trying to push the pace. Wiggins catch fire 3. Aaron Wiggins, another one from downtown. OKC's.
Biyombo on the second 10-day contract with San Antonio. Once again, a wide open OKC shooter, Wallace. And now it's Barnes on the drive. High off window, too strong. Hartenstein muscles the rebound away from Barnes. Wallace on the drive, flips it up and in. Count it, and beyond the arc.
Hey, and it's what he does. Over 70% of his shot attempts are from the three-point line. You got to close, get a hand up.
It's a 1-point lead for the Thunder. Check that. Make it 4. Wiggins, a flamethrower. Boston, what a game that was the other night.
What an outstanding game. You think Boston's sending a message in the first quarter, and Cleveland just weathers the storm and stays true to who they are, and you see the moves that they've made have put them in position.
First time the whole group has been in a room together since he suffered his stroke in November. Mitch Johnson said you could feel Pop's aura and his presence. Guys were on the edge of their seats just taking it all in. Pop loved on him. He cussed them out. He connected with them, gave feedback. Johnson said the meeting came at a really good time.
Dort for 3. No. And SGA comes out of there with it. Sets up Wallace. Corner 3. Money. It's 12 on 5 of 10 shooting. SGA, the lob to Hartenstein. They are quarters. Castle can't hit from the corner. SGA the board. Pushing the tempo. Wallace, quick trigger. Got it. Back-to-back threes for OKC.
2 at home, and you've gone from the Western Conference, Eastern Conference, you name it, man. They've been all the way around.
Just one more Eastern Conference trip on the season. There's Hartenstein off the pass from SGA. A little push shot for him is good. So kudos by Hartenstein. There's SGA, 2-on-1. Make it 3-on-1. Bad pass initially by SGA. Didn't put enough on it. Now you got to run offense. Holmgren, there's a shift one inside, and Holmgren able to finish it off. He was camped out underneath.
That's once again
coming out of the gate.
Or you didn't get the desired results to stop at the end, but you like the fact that you pushed them all the way to the end of the shot clock. That pick and roll defense was pretty solid. That Paris Lawson was talking about with the coaching staff at halftime. Lou Dort, Mitty.
Smith couldn't get it to go.
That's just one of those balls that just was not meant to go in.
Shai did a good job of hustling back, and it leads to this. Jalen Williams drains the three. Defensive plays from J-Dub. Now he catches, spins, squares up, and connects. And this roll continues.
Covers a lot of sin for them on the offensive end. It's a nice pass there.
Never looked right out of the hands of J. Will. Wiggins on the offensive rebound. That three goes down for him. That's his first one of the night.
Well, you know, you can just
the All-Star game. So it was a busy month for him. Here where he drives up out of the timeout. It's going to be a possible three-point play. Wanting to get that Thunder offense going, settling things down, and a well-executed.
Staple shots.
Kennard has come on. Gilgeous-Alexander double team. Wiggins has come on. And Wiggins knocks down a three. Boy, what a stretch. He is coming off one of the best months of his career. Kennard poked away. Williams knocks it loose. Williams down the other end. And they score points in a hurry off those turnovers.
And you just saw it down here.
Down his second field goal. Gilgeous-Alexander, the quick burst, gets the double team. Jalen Williams lines that up and nails it. That's the third three-pointer for Uncle Jeff, who's had a marvelous career, but you didn't think he'd be the one. He was always a good free throw shooter. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks it out. Jalen Williams barely touches it, knocks down the three. He's off the bench, hit a pair of threes, and the Thunder back up 4. Timeout Memphis for OKC. J-Dub and J-Will, as they're affectionately called in Oklahoma City. And J-Will knocks that one down. This year has really made a nice step forward.
Really caught my eye out in Vegas this summer, and that's where I first thought he had a real opportunity to earn minutes.
Poor defense that time from the Grizzlies, and Wiggins. You're so old school. Gilgeous-Alexander posted up, back up top.
Guilty as charged.
Jalen Williams knocks down another. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
I do think Memphis is going to be a factor in the Western Conference playoffs.
He's got to get everybody back, starting with Darren Jackson Jr. Lou Dort gets his first points of the night. He's played an excellent game.
Very well might win the MVP, but there are other weapons, as you said, on this Thunder team, and there's tremendous chemistry as Joe hits a three-pointer. We know about all the post-game interviews. They always do.
It just punishes you converting off of that, so it's the start Michael Malone wanted from his team with ball security.
SGA back in the game, throws to Jalen Williams, wide open three. He hit a three at the end of the first quarter. Back-to-back threes for Brown.
Yeah, that's so important for Denver. They take less threes than any team in the league, but it has to come from somewhere. And Christian Brown right now in a groove.
Jalen Williams, he connects again. Three-pointer, no good. Gilgeous-Alexander in front of the Denver bench, able to save it. Out to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with that push shot that he's got down pat and puts it in. 9 for the Thunder. SGA with the head up, looking to pass. Jalen Williams has had a big second half. No points in the first quarter, 20 cents. Entry to Caruso from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
That was the three-point shot is not his first selection.
Well, you know, he's added it throughout his career, but you know, he's certainly one of those stop and pop guys. And how many times you've seen that nice little to that sweet spot? The shot was a lot tougher than it looked.
That was some good old-fashioned big men.
Absolutely. Just let him play.
Bouncing on the block. Hartenstein again looking for more, and he's going to get more as he's got 13. That one goes down.
Contorted ways without getting up in the air very high.
He's got that big body, plus the skill. Shai down low, got it outside. Dort off the catch, sidesteps the three, and he's got another one. Lou Dort rips the cords from three, starting to heat up from the outside. So a little different look here to open up the third quarter than he did to open up the game.
And they got to hurry up their offense. Wow, how about a tough finish over Murray by Wallace.
He's got to reset the offense up top. Now gets ready to send a couple of players on him. Dort. And that three switches through. They're missing a couple. Dort's knocking it to Murray. Murray, the leader on the three, no good. And SJ is able to tap it over to Hartenstein to get the rebound. Wallace. That sideline three goes down. Just was the tip. Dort is able to punch it away. Nicely done in the anticipation. Now SGA with the ball in his hands. Trying to make something happen. Kicking it out to Dort. We got a little flyby. Dort off the deck. He's got three, number 7. Matches a career high.
Celtics, who so far tonight have 11 assists on 15 made field goals. Joe got a bird and knocked down the three.
Man, Marquis has got such...
Al Horford on a heater with 4 threes already. Holmgren with 9 rebounds. Caught that one coming in hot. And what a conversion by the big man.
That's a tough catch and finish.
Runs to the three-point line. And that's three-point attempt number 37 now. Holmgren open from deep. Got it.
See, I mean, this is just a huge, huge game.
Beyond its years. Tatum from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander into the front court, his team up by 3. Chet connects on the 3. That he likes to watch, get this, Marcus Smart and Drew Holiday play defense. 2 of the best in the game, that time the bucket.
He had established that right pivot, I thought.
Pritchard competing defensively against Gilgeous-Alexander. Wallace knocks it down.
Now you're managing the game. You're trying to use a little clock, but execute well enough late.
They run 2 bodies at SGA, take it out of his hands. Wallace says, I'm the right man for the job, and he lays it home. A 50.
He is huge. Boy, he's 6'6", 210, and he's a point guard.
Trying to defend SGA, who kicks it out to Wallace. Wallace off the deck, and the three-point shot is down.
You know, he's getting pretty good at that shot. Where
Shot there with Dort in the vicinity. Cunningham thought he got fouled as Kenrich going to give it up to SGA. Finds a cut, it's Wallace, and he's got 2 more. It's Wallace right now doing damage here in this first quarter. Got the screen, no good on the threes. You see different defenders up on him, Michael. They started out with Dort, that time it was Wallace.
Well, you never want to show the defense any kind of good look. Lou Dort gets a good look, and he tickles the twines from downtown.
Fires from 3. And SGA snaps it cross court. Joe, tough shot on the fadeaway. How about Isaiah Joe? Drains it from the corner, falling out of bounds.
Man, he just took his position, finishing with the left hand.
Just so impressed at his ability to finish with the left hand as Hartenstein over the top.
There's another guy who can finish with his left hand because he's left-handed.
I want the ball to Hartenstein. Heavy pressure here. And a miscommunication. SGA is able to rip it away to keep possession. 4 seconds. Wallace fires. Wallace, another 3, the 4th quarter. He's got 20. That's a season high. Timeout, Detroit.
That ball ricochets to the perimeter, where it's scooped up by Kenrich Williams. Hard to believe it's just Chet's 22nd game of the season. You mentioned dealing with injuries. Shai with the kick out. Here is Holmgren on the drive. Free throw line runner falls.
How about the touch from you? Talking about a 7-footer with the touch.
Williams will not attack Giannis. In the hands of SGA. 6 early points for the NBA's leading scorer. The lob to Hartenstein. Hartenstein just got it over the rim.
But great patience by SGA to occupy Brook Lopez long enough to allow Hartenstein to be able to get there. Fortunately for Hartenstein, he got that over the front of the rim. We'll call it a dunk for that.
Here's Gary Trent Jr. Not enough on it. And a rebound scooped up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Wallace, aggressive drive, smacked out of there by Taurean Prince, but that's between these two teams. The NBA Cup championship game doesn't count in the record books. Oh, silk crossover. Over to Hartenstein, puts it up and in.
But once again, as Lopez not arguing that it didn't go off of him, he's arguing for the foul to no avail. Hartenstein gets to that nitty once again. Sees a matchup. Under 30 minutes, was able to get 34 points.
He's played 22 of 30 minutes of game action so far. 20 points. Isaiah Joe, money on the tray. Game will inbound it with Gary Trent Jr. watching him. Gilgeous-Alexander gives it up to Hartenstein. High arcing shot will drop. He is perfected.
Green in the corner, who knocked down 2 threes last night. He's a guy that can catch fire quickly, and they're going to need someone from beyond the arc to help him out.
Oh, how about that find? Special delivery from SGA to Wiggins.
The problem for the Bucks is not going to be offensive. It's how
the month of March.
Those numbers just continue to rise above what he's already scoring at 21 a game. And this guy right here is lighting up as well.
One good defender for another. That's the beauty of what OKC can do. You take out Wallace, you bring in Caruso. Kenrich Williams wasting no time. A sideline three, and he had some shots that looked really good. You were going to say, young fans, the ball always travels faster than the dribble, and look at it, caught that defense off guard.
Well, that's another way of saying it. I think we're both right.
Wiggins from the outside. Points here in this first quarter. Double team comes, trying to give it to Kenrich. How about the extra pass? Now Shai's got an opportunity, kicks it out. High catch, high release, and there's the boom from the corner from Jay Will, fresh up.
Yeah, he can elevate, you know, and get, you know, drop that ball inside the rim. How about this? Wow. Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. Downhill attack, back-to-back. That kind of shooting for the next 2 quarters.
Charlotte put up 35 points in that second quarter. 27 of them came via the three. Nice tank on the drive. As you see, Chet Holmgren, and he's been very...
That's number 12. That's been their bread and butter.
Seeing the full potency of the three-point shot right now. With Charlotte getting hot in that second quarter, staying in the game. Thunder, though, still shooting it very well, including Wiggins yet again. Nothing but nylon from the outside.
Both these two teams are really just outstanding display of three-point shooting. Almost like they're playing a game of chicken. Who's going to make the flinch first and slow down? How about this? This is not a slow down. This is Chet Holmgren coming down like a freight train with the kids. And yeah, that's about, I mean, maybe, you know, maybe down the road, you know.
Never know.
Oh, how about
that's Taj Kenson Wallace. Who's just so adept right now on those drives.
Folks, with the basketball, that you have to literally grab his jersey and hope the officials don't see it.
Clippers are putting their best defender in Dunn, one of their best defenders on him. Hartenstein off the pass, got by Zubac, and Hartenstein with the power jam to open up the scoring.
As Zubac cleans it up, that's what he does. He's got 47 double-doubles on the season. The big man in the middle for the Clippers.
Leonard did a good job of shutting off Harden. Hartenstein again off the penetration from SGA, just breaking down that LA. Clippers clearly trying to get the ball inside to Zubac. He's got all 6 points. SGA back to Hartenstein. The push shot, and Hartenstein good, showing the touch.
And if the Clippers going to continue to
step on SGA as he pushes it up and in. Shai, that time got around. Back out to the sideline. It is Dort. He'll fire away, and Lou Dort from downtown, right over his fellow ASU. Connects on the three. And the Clippers liking what they've got so far this year from Derrick Jones Jr., who played last year with Dallas. Jay Will trying to answer back. Another three, and Jay Will here in this first quarter, back-to-back booms.
Well, lost it.
Shai again using the screen from J-Will. Multiple defenders on him. Dort slips inside. There's another assist for SGA, number 6 here in the first half.
It's tough to do. Tough to do against a guy like that. He's so strong, and he gets you in that position that he wants you in.
Shai's going to give it up. Off the catch, it is Dort with the high arcing, looping 3 that drops in. He does so. SGA getting up high.
Good job, too. Will Jones Jr. is a terrific offensive rebounder. He had to go up and get that. I guess the 3rd time's a charm for that guy. So he plays with such a confidence. Missed the first 2, but not
simply on display there.
SGA into the paint. Push shot by Hartenstein. And Hartenstein telling me before the game that he hopes to only have a few more. Good defense by Jalen Williams. No J-Dub. The other Jalen Williams is out for a 7th straight game with a hip strain. There's Dylan Jones from downtown.
And that possession indicative of who OKC's
point game.
Tell you what, they look like a completely different team, particularly defensively, which has allowed them to get out in transition.
Hendrich Williams answers with a 3, the offensive board, but it comes out to Holmgren. Fortuitous bounce to Chet. Caruso. Finally, the Thunder get one to drop here win. Their 7th straight win overall. Under 2 minutes to go. Williams rising up, throwing down, forcing Doug Christie to call a timeout. 119.
Game since we've called one of those out.
Yeah. To the amazement of Taylor Jenkins that you just saw there.
Desmond Bane's been shooting the ball really well that time. SGA gives it up like he's always willing to do, and one of his favorite targets is head. Went for the drive. Joe on the flare out. They love that play, and that time he connects. That is up to where Grizzlies knocked down 23s. First time in NBA history had 9 players with 2 or more threes. Speaking of threes, there's a boom from J-Will, who's really been...
Oh, wasn't there. That's another turnover. Kind of got trapped along that baseline.
Memphis sagging back on the defensive end. Caruso again, no hesitation, and that time he bottoms the 3.
Chet has not been to the free throw line tonight.
Shai, little hesitation. Outside Kenrich, spotted up, waste no time, just inserting into the game.
He's got 2 on the night.
SGA got right around Wells initially. It's Dort, almost the same spot, and Lou Dort with some timely threes here in the 4th quarter. The season as Indiana goes back on top. With 4.5 to go in the first half, SGA sees a crowd outside of Wallace. That's good from the outside. Cason Wallace with the 3. Turner rushed the shot.
Did a good job of not allowing him to get that dribble to improve it. How about this? My goodness. If you're going to double up Shai, keep doing it. He's going to make it big offensively. He has certainly earned the respect of a lot of players who said, there's one guy I don't want to play against. It's Lou Dort.
And SGA once again sets him up from the outside as Dort nails it.
28. And then every 4 years, you just have a really big celebration.
Well, there you have it.
Paris like, I'm going to have a big birthday celebration every year, no matter what. Oh, nice find. Caruso always under block by Neesmith. Siakam. Oh, he point blank and he missed it.
Yeah, he pulled the chair on it. Lou Dort just got out of the way.
And Dort on the other end, a wide open lane. And he scores with the left hand. Mark Daignault looking for some instruction here on this particular possession. Outside now, Joe trying to get into the 3-point mix and does as Isaiah Joe makes it 5 for 5. Shepard steps behind the line for the 3. Caruso cuts in, takes a little bump and gets the bounce off the back of the rim. And another, Hartenstein goes out. You got big minutes from Kenrich and Carlson getting minutes throughout this entire game.
Yeah, everybody stepping up.
There's the exact same play that SGA and Wallace ran in the first half to success. The scoring here for Chicago.
He's got a nice game. Rookie getting some playing time late in the season. He's answering the bell for the Bulls.
Wait for the G League Ignite. There's a nice floater. Hartenstein off the dish. He's got two. Good to see him back.
You know, like in baseball, you get the free base.
Gosh. Isaiah Joe wasting no time, and Isaiah Joe from downtown. Drafted highly for Chicago. They really like him. 11th pick in this past summer's draft. SGA fires it over to Kenrich Williams. Corner three, and Kenrich downs one up from downtown.
How about SGA just being that point? I'm gonna blame it on the guard.
That's what I needed.
But being a big man in this league, I'm blaming it all the time on the guard. Wow, how about this? Couldn't be any more wide open with your Isaiah Joe serving up his third cup of Joe. My goodness, just beautiful basketball. And it continues. And that's going to force head coach Billy Donald a massive lead here off the dunk by Isaiah Joe. This is quick strike here. I mean, this is what, you know, the Bulls are trying to do, what the Thunder are trying to do. I learned this here earlier in the year from Paris Lawson. That's a cup of espresso. That's not a cup of Joe. Thank you, Paris Lawson. He's got some game, man, I tell you. He's fearless when he goes to the basket. He's got a nice three-point shot as well.
Joe once again off of a pass from SGA, and he buries it from deep. Wants to drive, lost his footing. And now the Thunder got to get back on defense. Joe trying to catch up to the pass and does. Got enough of the deflection. And now you got numbers. Wallace pulls and hits.
Bulls have had a hard time trying to get there tonight. Look at all the traffic around Shai as he just drops it right over to Hartenstein. Okay, so he hits that patented push shot. He's got two shots in his tool bag, the floater and the push shot. Those guys only have that floater. Oh, how about that, man? My goodness. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is showing you everything, every tool he's got in that bag tonight, folks. Now, his scoring might not be up there because it doesn't need to on nights like tonight because they're trying to take the ball out of his hands. Look at that. Thread the needle. Celle-ci got there late. J-Dub's got an and one.
No risk it, no biscuit on that pass. Kobe type fadeaway. He can finish at the rim. He's not a high flyer like those guys, but he's a mid-range master like everybody was in the 90s.
Absolutely. And how about that? Once again, spearheading the offense is the guy we're talking about.
Thunder have led by as many as 43. Bulls don't double that time. Hartenstein, why not? There's another assist for SGA. Number 11, which ties a season high. As Mark Dagnall looking for a wholesale substitution at the next time out. J-Dub. Oh, that is pure. So good.
See, with an early three-point lead, here's Holmgren. At some point tonight, we'd expect to see the two big lineup with him and Hartenstein. Holmgren with a show and go. Blows by Duran for the punch. In a win where Bickerstaff got the win against his former team.
Yeah, 41% from the three in his last 10 games. Lou Dort lines one up.
Got blocked by Holmgren, and Dort collects it. Up to Gilgeous-Alexander. Fontecchio got pushed off a little bit. Dort for three, finally! Tough sequence.
Test, and somehow, even with Hartenstein coming over, was able to get it up and in.
He's so athletic that you think you can block his shot. He'll double pump and get downhill on you.
Hartenstein, quick shot off the pass from SGA. And that is a play that they have run countless. The Thunder have not trailed a whole lot. Kenrich, and he sees a three go down. A rare three here in the first half.
Nuggets, Warriors, and Lakers.
Was watching the Memphis-Miami game last night, the Warriors-Lakers game, as Holmgren out of the timeout buries a three. But it's interesting because you hear those coaches, they're basically...
He kind of gave himself away. He dropped it and he said, somebody come get it. And as the Thunder will get some points on the board here, Lou Dort.
VanVleet, the contest, no good on the three.
This is where the Thunder can run and push the pace a little bit, not allow Houston to set up.
Holmgren once again unloads from the outside as he bottoms another three.
And you're not letting him set it up. You know, you can live with that guy taking that shot where he's done damages inside that paint.
Holmgren, sidestep three, and that is three number 5 on the night. Kind of gave a little fake like he was going one way, went the other.
Well, he shoots flat-footed. That's one of the things right there.
Oh, Hartenstein, little contact on the backside. Thunder have just been what appears to be a step behind throughout the night. Hartenstein got that nice pass from SGA. And SGA's been feeding it to him.
Basketball, they all ran down the court.
Right.
I'd go, okay.
They didn't even pay attention to his arm going to the baseline. Nice pass. SGA once again. It's Hartenstein on the cut. And they got a nice little connection going.
He's got such range with his shot. Looks real comfortable. How about Lou Dort returning the favor?
Right back the other way. Dort is at for LA that averages over 20 points per game.
Did a good job of moving the ball around the zone defense too.
Dort got the sidestep and another rainbow drops in for Dort from the outside as he's looked rich. That's a tough mid-range shot. No good. Back iron. Dort down there to help for the rebound.
How about the defense on Doncic by Kendrick? My goodness.
Joe, this time from the sideline, splashes that one down. First free throw for Doncic coming off a game where he was 11 out of 11 against New Orleans. Nice pass inside. Caruso with the layup and the easy two. And the Lakers have half their shots made from the outside. Shai again battling. Holmgren, he'll load it up and knock it down. That is an in-rhythm three for Chet Holmgren.
Caught the Lakers a terrific shot by Doncic, and that's a really good defense by Chet, especially on a step-back three, contested.
And J-Dub on the other end. Able to connect on that three.
Good with it after those two challenges in the first half.
Officials have been pretty consistent with that, too, over the last few years. Drive and kick out the Dort. Had some space for three, and he's going to get the friendly bounce as it goes down, and the Thunder need and dished it out to the perimeter. The Lakers not quite shooting at the same clip in the first half. Here in the second, as Holmgren, and he will line that one up from downtown. Off of a screen, and Jackson Hayes got out there to get a piece. As Shai tries to make his move. Holmgren got the flyby from LeBron. Loads up and cashes it in from deep.
Just like that.
The Lakers are still hot. After making a franchise record 22, but SGA this time shows the passing skills. Setting it up for Hartenstein on the slam.
Shooter, passer, and dribbler. Like Doncic and also James.
Holmgren gets the plush bounce from the outside.
Controlling the pace. We talked about that off of their defense, creating those turnovers.
Dort passed up the three, and now he's got a two. Under control, Lou Dort.
That's how this fourth quarter's been. A lot of back and forth here.
Vanderbilt trying to stay attached to SGA instead. Back out to the perimeter. Caruso! Bottoms one from deep. Huge shot here in the fourth quarter. 5-point lead. Graves, speed, pops up, and a turnover. SGA, full flight. J-Dub fouled. And a goaltend. He's going to the line for an and one. Count the bucket.
You talk about a series of 14 events for the Thunder. One and done for the Lakers out in transition. Yeah, that's a goal team right there by Vanderbilt. There's a foul by Gabe Vincent. That ball's on the rim.